Hi friend, it's Tree, and as I'm here sitting, sipping a cup of tea, I'm embracing summer and all its glory, but I know that not everyone is having a happy camping, vacation-taking story. I know because I'm hearing from several of you that this particular summer is finding you brokenhearted through and through. And many I love, and many more probably that I've never met, are having to face job changes, ending of relationships, and even forced exits. And because I've experienced all of those, actually several times, regrettably, and it's hard to admit, I want to do some poeming that could help inspire someone who's deeply brokenhearted and in the midst of that ache and that empty and that feeling that however you've loved has gone nowhere slowly, that feeling that all you've outpoured has not returned an ounce of good to you fully. It can feel like this deep abyss is what you have to face, and it can feel like you're jumping off into some complete unknown. And it can feel like you can't do it. It can feel like there's no way out. But my friend listening, I promise you this. The light that you're about is being strengthened. And something is saying, dear one, I need you to shine this way. For whatever reason, the glow you were illuminating, it's just not seen broadly enough in all the ways that to you, at least till now, have been what you thought was where you needed to shine. And that's not a sugaring coating or a sort of a positive thinking sort of way to kind of cover up and hide the ache you're experiencing or even the why. I know this because I've lived it. Divine love needs you to shine. And maybe you set up the exact how you thought it was supposed to look. And maybe you partnered with the one you thought was exactly with whom you needed to experience life with. And maybe you devoted yourself in a job or a means that you thought was so it. And maybe it was even your startup, right? Something that you thought would be a sure hit. So maybe now when it's all fallen apart, all you can do is blame yourself or dump on yourself or think you're a mess up or think, what was I thinking to get into this mess? The pulls will be so strong to dump on yourself. And then they'll switch to anger and rejecting everyone who was a part of the sort of change that you're now amidst. But my heart to yours, divine love knows nothing of that. Meaning, stronger than I'm holding this cup here, you are being held ever tenderly and so near. And there is a precious place and a purpose for your light. And you may not hear what it is, and you may not know what it's supposed to look like overnight. You simply need to go so deep, and with the humblest ounce of your being, pray or meditate for the immediate relief that this spiritual fact will give you. Ready? I am one with love. Love is divine. Love is the sun, and it's what enables you to shine. Love is the source. Love is the power. Love is the creator. Love is the cause. And when you align your precious thought with it, you will not be directed in any way that's wrong. But to go from the broken-hearted, empty, rejected, to this sort of seeming leap of being a ray of light feels that huge, that undoable. And I know maybe you're listening going, whatever, woman, you know, turn off the video and I'm going to get on with my, you know, day. Let's get out of here and go. You have a choice this precious moment now to either allow all the total I'm worthless, I'm a mess, or all the anger that wants to blame all of them. And you can stay there in that anger and in that shame. But there's another option. You can completely reinvent what your claim is for yourself, for your life, for your purpose, for your being. You can know this moment. Love is giving you wings. You're not a mess. You didn't love wrong. You didn't outpour in a job or a field inadequately. You lived your song. And I don't know why we don't raise our little ones to know change is part of life and allows us to grow. For whatever reason, especially our peer group, we all think we're supposed to stay in something ad infinitum, indefinitely. Love wants you to shine bigger, broader, in a different way. Maybe in a more humbling vein, maybe in a more gentle way. All that's ever been the sort of source of change for me has led me in directions that I just wouldn't be able to see. Sorry for the traffic noise. If I'd stayed stuck in something's wrong with me. I didn't do what I was supposed to do. I didn't love big. And see, this is my deep hope for you wherever you are. Do not take this experience and shrink your precious way you are. Grow, allow, be willing. Yes, it's hard, but there are resources out there to help you take one step further. And I'm one of those resources, meaning I can help you establish in thought the radical sense of your oneness so you can listen to that inner nudge. Because right now, better than you're able to, it's knowing exactly what you need to do. And right now, as you establish that groundedness in spirit, you will hear the next step to take through and through. It may feel overwhelming. It may feel you have no money, no place to live, no one to lean on. But even amidst all of those, I've been there. When the only thing I had was my car, even then, I slept in it, I drove from place to place, I figured out what to do and which next step to take. Why? Because I was praying every step of the way. And I have about 10 journeys that I've tucked up for someday to share. And maybe it's now, because I keep getting these phone calls. Somebody's been dumped, somebody was fired, somebody's family ousted them, somebody this, somebody that, and they don't have a penny. So they think. This is hard stuff. And we don't think it's going to happen to us because we're so proud with our college degrees and all our experience. Take a deep breath. Be so willing to grow. You gotta leave arrogance and ego at the door. You gotta stop blaming him and them and thus and so. Growth is hard, but it's inevitable. Change is so constant, we should embrace it so. You are on the brink of rebirthing you. And if you want support and a little bit more insight on how to embrace your oneness and listen and hear a next step, I'm right here willing to work with you. It's like I'm constantly living this. You won't see the whole picture. It's not going to come as this job, this guy, this place to live, this donation, this loan. It's not going to come as a lump thing. So you got to take that inner Biddy that wants it all perfect, and you just got to kind of tell her to take a hike. Or him, in thought, that thing that wants it all perfect. You're not going to, it's just not practical to think like that. It's not going to come that way, but it's going to come gently, as a matter of fact. Love is holding you, my cup. Love is holding you tenderly, like a mother, like a father holds an infant. And there's a step you can take today to invest in your precious self. But see, the pull to shame, the pull to blame, the pull to anger, the pull to resentment, they all miss this precious fact that you're already fully supplied and held and tenderly tucked up. And I don't want you to waste another moment in the anger, in the blame, in the shame, in the resentment, in the accusation, in the how come this is happening to me. But you got to be willing to step out of the shock. You got to be willing to pull yourself up. And you got to be willing to let love love you and give you a next step. And in your heart be true. Okay, I've kind of gone on and on. Tried to poem spontaneously here. This can be a summer of hope as you rebuild your precious you, your how, and your where. So loved are you, so safe are you, so able, so held, so insured. Allow yourself feel it. My heart to yours. If you want some specific practical support, I offer metaphysical support where I'm praying for and with you, and I offer phone consultation to sort of give you some of these ideas that you can tuck up and work with too. My email, tree1e@thoughtbythought.net, or go to that site and click how to contact me if you prefer phone or in person. You're so safe. It may not feel like it. It may feel like the world has turned its back on you. You need to shine in a broader way, and love is steering you. Okay. Big hug.